my name is Lauren Jones and this is Maddie Dodds. We're in Year 12 at Camborne Science and International Academy, and today we are going to be talking to you about how coronavirus has affected education in England and Europe.
So we started lockdown on the 16th of March and we were in complete lockdown, so we weren't able to leave our houses unless it was for essential travel or buying essential items. So that's when online schooling started, and then other things started opening but schools still couldn't open because of the large groups, and now we're back in school with extra restrictions. So as you can see, the coronavirus heavily affected education in the UK.
Students have had very different opinions for online schooling. We spoke to a student in Year 13 in a state college that has said that I enjoyed online learning as it gave me more freedom with the speed at which I completed my work, so I could make sure it was as good as possible. However, I did sometimes struggle with staying focused during lessons. Other students were interviewed by news sources and said that every week we get new schoolwork, but it's just some worksheets. We might get a recorded video message, but I've only had one from my teacher, and I'm worried and easily distracted at home. This shows that experience may have been factors such as age and location.
Online schooling really opened everyone's eyes to the disparities in education between different areas. So students in areas of disparity struggled more with online schooling because they couldn't access the technology that they needed as easily. We also did extra research and we found that the learning gap between disadvantaged students and non-disadvantaged students is estimated to be around 46%, which means that disadvantaged children are less likely to perform well in their 2021 exams because they were held back by the area that they lived in.
Education in Scotland was dramatically affected. Their GCSE version of their exams were cancelled in 2020 and 2021.
Due to the level of disruption already caused by COVID, and due to the likely disruption faced by some or all of our pupils and students this academic year, a full exam diet is simply too big a risk to take. It would not be fair. I've therefore asked the Chief Examining Officer to take an alternative approach to National 5 accreditation in 2021 rather than the usual exams.
Italy is also an area that we studied, and they handled the education system differently in comparison to the UK. So small towns started going into lockdown on February 23rd, which meant that was when their online schooling began, and around 500,000 students took part in their high school exams in mid-June, but all of their written exams were cancelled, and if they were going in for their extra exams, they were required to wear face masks and hand sanitising due to extra regulations that are now being enforced in schools globally. So this obviously had a giant effect on their education because they couldn't necessarily get to the grades that they needed because they didn't set all of their exams.
There should be a range of support added to schools in order to help with students in education for their exams in 2021. This includes things such as more organised online learning if it's needed in specific locations, support with technology, either school provided or school help to pay, or prepping for the case of another lockdown, preparing worksheets, PowerPoints, making documents, work as often as possible to be used for grade evidence.